Alright everyone, so this is going to be the bonus video for the week. Gonna try and go through this game real quick. I was writing my article. If you check it out on puremtgo.com, you'll understand. I was discussing 3-color decks in Pauper. And I had come across, I was quickly mentioning this deck that I had played a while ago. I wrote an article about it, I talked about it, I think there's even videos about it. And it's kind of an Esper aggro deck that I had played, and I was wondering, I had talked about, I was like, oh, it's still viable within today's meta game, and I was thinking, I wonder if it's even stronger now, because we've seen recently a slight decline, not major, but a slight decline in the aggro decks out there, and the faster aggro decks were kind of some of the harder things to deal with this. So I took it over to the tournament practice room and just thought I would come and see what I would come up with, and actually ended up playing a deck. It's a favorite of mine. I'm going to be talking about it in later articles upcoming, and it was also 3 colors, so I thought I would just kind of talk about it real quick, like I said, for the bonus video this week, so you can check out, just more ideas when it comes to running 3 colors. So, opening hand, pretty good lands, lots of fetches though, so, I talked about this when I was running this deck. It's a little slow when it comes to, getting the mana started, because of all the evolving wilds. But that's okay. My opponent, you see, is running Jund colors. I was very excited about that. I'm going to pop open his graveyard real quick. He has only played lands and fetches like me as well. Kind of interesting, why another reason I wanted to deal with this is you see that both of us are running not just, one set of the fetches, but double fetches, and we're running 3s. Kind of interesting ways, he's got the cycling lands, ways that kind of fix his colors, so... no plays at 3. I did have the Rift Watcher, but did not get anything untapped, so I did use another Evolving Wilds to fix my colors. Now he plays Faithless Looting. You see he's getting rid of a Flame Slash there, and he plays Tilling Treefalk, and this is great. This is kind of a Tilling Thunder deck, a more modern, I guess, version of it than my latest list. But I will be, like I said, visiting this later on and talking about this deck. I just wanted to kind of go through this quick as kind of a show of how this, how someone else approached 3 colors, and just a review of how this 3-color deck worked. So I got the bog going, remove his grave, excuse me, pneumonia and all, remove his graveyard, and, that's going to be great because he does have a lot of these trees and stuff, and Cartographer to get that stuff back, the cycling lands. Rift Watcher comes down as well. So we're going to pass a couple turns here. You see he did get a Resounding Thunder. That's kind of the key here. You want to be able to cycle this, and it does 6 to creature or player and draw a card. That's one of the big parts of that focus. So we get, he does that to kill off my Rift Watcher. I use a Deep Analysis to kind of fill up my hand. We're going to go back and forth quite a bit here with killing creatures off. He gets a Cartographer down, like I said. Getting this bog bounced around as much as possible is really going to help me out, as well as the life gain as well. Because he's really focused on the burn aspect. He's got these Faithless Looting, kind of an interesting thing. It's almost make-believe hand advantage, but it does seem to work decently with all the cycling lands that he has, and the recursion with that as well. So we get the Rift Watcher down. He's going to get another kill off on that with Terminate. Gets another Cartographer out, gets more lands back. Very heavy on the kill here. Nausea is really not a great thing, but between some of the other kills, the Fume Spitter, etc., I can use it to finish something. Excuse me, off. Grim Discovery comes out, another decent addition because it allows him to recur some lands, but he's going to be into trouble now because he's got 2 Faithless Looting here. He's going to have to use these as fast as possible because he saw that I bounced the bog there, and I'm going to have to use that to get things back. But you see he's making pretty good use of the Evolving Wilds and the fetch lands to get his ramp up, especially with these as well. I use the Fume Spitter, etc. to get it down to a 0-2, so it doesn't matter. You see another Faithless Looting, another Grim Discovery. Grim Discovery is kind of a really nice addition to this deck, because it allows you to return a land and a creature from your graveyard, and that's really great. Something I'll probably look into for my version. So, drawing a whole bunch of cards. This deck does go a while, that's why I'm kind of going, this game does go a while, so I'm kind of going through it fast. He does have Flame Slash that kind of kills out through creatures. I'm still using these Ravnica lands to bounce this bog back and forth and continue to continue to eat through his graveyard. If you didn't see it there, he also had Explore to help him get lands out. Kind of interesting running the Ravnica lands. I think it's unnecessary for Tilling Thunder, but it is what it is. It's just, again, we were talking about the way that the lands kind of really have to help you out with this. And I kind of talked about it. You don't want to be running too many of these, and this deck is almost the epitome of what I said is not ideal. But you have to read the article to check that all out. So passing it along, Missionary comes out. He is cycling through a Thunder. He does get a lot of Flame Jabs. He has a lot of discard. I talked about this in my Jund article, in my videos, where these tilling trees can work really great in combination with the Flame Jab, because you keep getting the lands back and then chuck them and get them back and chuck them and get them back. So this is going on. He's pretty much just decking himself out. You see he's down to 19 cards. Just kind of shows you the power of the draw engine in Jund. You wouldn't expect a couple fire bolts to clear things out and try and burn me down, but he's not having a lot of luck with it. He's a little light on creatures. He runs just the tree folks and cartographers basically, and looks to burn you down. So that gives me a bit of advantage here. You see I am sitting on a lot of land. I've got a lot of land in play. Not ideal, but it's kind of how this deck was built, is to be able to have the land to make sure that you can get plays off. It's going to stall up a little here, but we'll just hit play and see what happens. So keep bouncing the bog, keep getting these Ravnica lands to keep it coming. Mystical Teachings, now I can fetch out a counter spell and just keep the creatures off the field. Skyfish is going to come down, allows me to get the bog yet again. And I think it's really kind of a disadvantage for his deck to be playing mine. I said so. We were talking about it in chat during the game, because kind of the counters to the Tilling Thunder deck are going to be graveyard removal as well as life gain. And I was running heavily on both. A little lucky that I had the bog early on, but when you get this many of the Ravnica lands as well as the core Skyfisher there, you're able to keep that coming and going and getting rid of stuff. The Grim Harvest helps me greatly here. He's got no answer really for that. I'm just gonna slowly beat him down with my flyers, play in the bog, Skyfisher bounce the bog again, etc. etc. I blink. I can keep doing this all day and really kind of thin him out. He's not sitting too good right now anyways, but all the Grave Hate really slows him down because of the Grim Discoveries and the Cartographer, etc. It's kind of interesting. I will talk about this deck, like I said, later on, but just to give you an idea of how much draw that can happen with that deck. He's down to 10 cards when he concedes. He is at an advantage for life, but not when it comes to creatures. And like I said, talking to him during the game, he's only got the Tree Folk and the Cartographers. So I have a lot more options where that comes in. This was a match, but I'm not going to bother showing you others. He lost game 2 as well early on, but there you go. I just wanted a quick video to kind of give you a look at yet another example of 3-color casual Pauper.